I see the signs and I'm moving about as quickly as I can now.
Used to wake up at dawn, check my Nikes for roaches, wipe the coat up out my eye, light up tree to fight the notion. I was far from getting on, now it's looking like I'm chosen, huh? Grinding so hard, you think I'm trying to bust a Trojan, but I know, yeah, I know it's approaching like I copied and pasted from prophets and sages how to penetrate hearts. So what I jot on the page, I might reposition stars and the thoughts in the space. You get conviction mixed with art when I hop on the stage and believe we need healing. Plenty beats need killing, so my pen bleeds. Feeling it's deeper, they ain't spilling. Yeah, every time I speak, reveal it. I think brilliant, and I'ma reach a million of souls with these lines so precisely designed that it might seem divine. On the road to perdition, the blind lead the blindness on the screen and in the sky. Everywhere I see the sign, let go.
I see the signs and I'm moving. I see the signs and I'm moving. I see the signs and I'm moving about as quickly as I can now.
Mead? Are you okay?
Yeah, we're recording, but like at the same time, I can just cut out
You
anything.
want some more mead though?
I'm down for some mead, yeah. So we're at this epic fucking cabin right now. Walking around. This is kind of pre-pod, but I'm just kind of being show-offy because this is fucking tight.
I mean, what about God?
Do you believe in God?
So, if there is a God, I feel like it's probably female, like Alanis Morris type shit. You know what I'm saying? And like Dogma, or Dogma, with like what's his name? Ben Affleck, and that Damon guy.
Yeah.
You see that shit about Dogma?
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Is that everything we're rolling? The grinder up.
Cabin pod. Let's go. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about. I said something about God, but
You forgot about the fucking weed value.
oh, cannabis is God.
Cannabis is the
God
yeah, so
that is cannabis.
that was a question. Yeah, God. Yes. I don't think I've really heard like your side. Like, what do you see as God?
I think like love is another word. Consciousness, Allah, Jah, nature. They're all just symbols and words and sounds that we make to describe something that's like by nature undescribable. You know, the best we can do is like agree that these sounds mean these things. Like if the word God means such and such. But it's the power of the agreement that is closer to God than like whatever words or symbols you choose to use to define it. You know what I mean?
So it's just like bicycles. It depends on what it is to you, though. Like God could be a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? It's the word.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, I feel like if you wanted to like try to be more nitty gritty as far as like defining like what you mean by like the divine or whatever, I would say it's everything. So yeah, it would be a bicycle as well.
Sure.
But it would just be whatever, and like whatever you focus on, and then including your focus and like the will that you used to use your focus. Like all of that is God. You know what I mean? Do you fucks with that?
This is definitely God.
Cannabis?
I mean, I feel like this is like just the most distant part of like the earth, but like the earth in general, you know. God,
Right.
but this is like so like being awake at night, man, because during the day it's like so much going on, so many like energies flowing around, trying to do shit for whatever reason, or feeling shitty for whatever reason, you know, all these fucking regrets and like working on pain, you know. At night, like people like those, whether they're drunk and doing something fun or fucking just passed out tired, like at least they're fucking not feeling that pain, you know. How I feeling, feeling like anything, they're just fucking quiet, you know. But during the day, they're just like almost like zombies, you know. They're not even like living. And that's what it is. It's like they're not dead, but they're not living. So that the zombies are not, they're not living. So
Right.
like they're the zombies, the ones that think that they're like the ones doing right and shit. You know, like living like the way you're supposed to. But no, that's not living. So that means you're not living. Means you're a zombie. But they think we're the zombies because like we're going against the system, like we're living our lives. We're actually living. We're the ones actually living. You know?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
But it's weird though because there's a balancing act there. Like I have a job, but like I'm aware of that.
yeah.
It's like I would almost rather not have a job, but then like there's definitely consequences to that. It's not a great system.
I mean, yeah, your dad didn't have like property and shit or something?
No.
What was it? The place in Urbana was it just like your cousin or something? Remember we were staying there for a minute after your foot shoots your toe.
Oh no, that was my mom's. And
Oh, that was mom's side family?
And they were planning on selling that before.
Oh,
shit
yeah, that's right.
popped
Okay,
off.
okay. I remember that shit. And then they kind of let you stay because they didn't need
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It worked out well.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know how this makes it easier for me. I think I just put too much weed in this shit. But yeah, man, I definitely
Property is the right way to be thinking about things, though. That's actually one of the bars in J. Cole's new song with Absol and Daylight. Absol said, "Realer state of mind." It's like a double entendre, right? Like real estate,
real estate,
Mind.
real estate,
real estate minded, like thinking about real estate, but it's also a realer state of
real
mind.
state of mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like he says it both at the same time. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it's,
Real estate of mind. You need equity. Let this beat build. Oh man. Yeah, nah, dude. Amazing. So what do you think about the metaverse? We were talking about that outside. That's kind of why I wanted to pod a little bit, because like you've been exploring this
dude,
metaverse.
I'm in there, dude. I'm so far in there, doing my reconnaissance, dude. You know, for the peoples of the future.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
seriously.
I'm like holding off. I'm trying to avoid that shit at
I
all
mean,
costs.
it's fine. I just feel like
You think it's
probably
not-
your lifetime you might gonna have to for some reason,
like in order to make money, that's what you're saying.
or even connect with somebody, or apply for a job somewhere, or you know, pay a fine or talk to any small thing where you have to meet with somebody or like do something where you can't meet face to face.
Mhm.
It has to be in VR.
Like Zoom, it's just next level. Zoom,
But, yeah.
basically. Like they forced Zoom on everybody when COVID hit.
Mhm.
You know?
Something like that. Yeah, and also with that they can like with studying and stuff they can tell if you're looking away or something, you know, or like you're not paying attention. You know, that's just one thing I've thought about, but like, and I mean it's an easy way to control people, like, and like even know even more about what like your thoughts and actions and
No,
fucking,
dude,
you
it's
know,
literally lasers
everything
reading
about
every eye movement they make.
yeah, and so like they're
Like,
mapping that
VR
out, what
goggles
you're
on and
saying
shit.
and how fast you're saying it, your heart rate. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
get to and like you literally agreed to let them record all of that.
everything, like
all
a
that
map work.
biometric data.
Yeah, like they're laying out a whole like map work of like
Your
you,
DNA and shit.
yeah, for no reason. There's like a little like side folder,
Your
like
scent and everything.
yeah, there's a little side folder. You know what I'm saying? Just random people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really looking
It's
at us,
all
but
data.
it's,
And they sell that data to
Yeah,
people.
that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna get rid of
Amazon
it.
and Google and shit.
someone's gonna buy it for something eventually.
Right. To learn how to like target their markets and how to tune their algorithms
Yeah,
to best make the
some
most
way.
money.
Lily.
Hey, if they're recording us all the time anyway, like we should just record ourselves all the time, and then we can just cut out the bad shit,
Cut out the bad shit.
and publish the good shit.
They have to get verified, you know, in some way. So crazy. I bet you can probably like pay for it or something. Really money.
Yeah, you can on Twitter now for sure.
It's ridiculous. What's the point?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing about being verified is to Twitter, it's just verifying your identity, whereas like on Instagram, you're verified as like an influencer or somebody important.
Yeah. But I mean, it could be some other kind of like a kind of stature, like super wealthy or like a famous something, right? To be check marked or whatever.
Yeah. No, Twitter has a few different
Like James Franco and shit.
There's certain ones have like gold checks, and then ones have like silver.
How do they verify that
You
shit?
go into like the government officials.
Your government officials have like silver checks and shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
How do they verify that though? They have
Because
is
the
that high
license
level?
has it on it.
Twitter?
Yeah.
Twitter is
Yeah.
the CIA.
For real?
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Literally, the logo was a bluebird, like in honor of like Operation Bluebird, which was like a CIA. You can just Google it.
So what's wrong with you, man?
What you mean, like in general?
Yeah. Like just they working or like
Yeah. I'm running a dispensary now.
you're running it?
Yeah.
Wait, you worked for a while anyway, right?
Manager of retail
It's
operations.
like, acknowledge that you were running it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's up, man. So now they acknowledge that you run that shit?
Yeah.
And pay you accordingly?
Barely, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the law said that we could keep you from quitting.
Yeah, pretty much.
but there's an algorithm like, how much do I pay this motherfucker to not quit?
Yeah, exactly.
So, you're covered. This is what we can offer you.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna say yes, just take it.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
You got that? You got that. Whew.
Like, why do you think the metaverse is so important for people to start being involved in? Or people to not get involved in at all?
So I'm not gonna like even. I'm not trying to even think about like what people should do, but I just think like for me, like I feel like I'm part of like this big snowball. I got my feet in the door of like being the first like really early in the scene. We're pretty much like eventually. I mean, I'm pretty much like already like if it's the real world, right? Like the one place that's like really poppin' and could potentially be the most like popular place and its own world adventure, some shit like I'm not really know. I feel like more people know me as Homie Wan Kenobi than Aaron Watson, And like I don't know, like it can be almost like politician, in the metaverse type shit, like own my own shit just because I've been in since the get go, It's also
But is there genuine satisfaction from like virtual experience like that, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, sometimes of course, when I'm like close to someone, I have to see somebody and like hear them, like their actual voice. But sometimes I can hear that digital fucking translation like through the lines, because it's hitting some lines somewhere and it's like hitting some code somewhere and then it's being transferred into my ear. So it's not that instantaneous. Like I know it's not exactly what they're saying, to a T. Like
Right.
And the tones and stuff, sometimes like there's glitches and it sounds weird. It sounds get fucked up, because they're still experimenting with like trying to let us talk to everybody, but also listen to everybody at the same time, I don't know. And I can tell when the sounds get changed up and
like they're
listening
listening
with stuff. Yeah, but I'm part of that,
Right.
almost like when the universe is being like built. You know, I'm part of like one of like the fucking peons that's out there doing work and like they're learning from my actions and stuff. You know, and so yeah, like eventually you know it could be like some part like oh like I'm not gonna be like remember the homie wanted to come from his case when he did this like well you know, like pull up my case yeah. Just because the way I acted you know could affect some way that you know the future world does something you know and so I'm part of that like landslide type shit like and I think it's not like a landslide where it's detrimental or there's you're not gonna like be forced to do it really but I really think that you know your lifetime like even like watching TV or something like instead of just everybody sitting around watching TV everybody has their own headset and they're just doing it together you know because like for the same price everybody has their own headset and you can play your games watch your movies do your schoolwork you know build stuff in 3D you can go to meetings you know, like learn, go to class, like do everything, you know.
Except eat. And shit.
I mean, I made a few burgers in the metaverse, and I was kind of fuller than I am fucking when I ate McDonald's. For real.
Like your body was full.
I mean, that's what my stats said for my avatar. But I've had these moments too where I was like, what am I? I look at my hands, you know, the avatar world. I'm like, what's going on? It was like really trippy, dude. Like, because it's hard. I think people don't like feel it as much as you know. I guess you know how real it is. It could be you know like every single person is a real person in there. You know, whether they're being fake as fuck. It's the whole trolling thing. They're just lying and then you know pretend to be somebody else. It's not that funny. Accent's not that good. Okay, yours is kind of good, but stop. Like seriously, you know, I've heard your regular like accent. You know, they just change names. You know, and then we'll get another count, and like pure fucking troll. Like Dennis's man, like just so okay with like fucking with someone else's like good energy, just to like, give them like maybe a chuckle. You know what I mean? Not that funny. But you're ruining like 3 or 4 persons just to get a chuckle for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And then causing me problems. But mostly, I mean, right now I'm just kicking kids out and making sure that that's like it's like a 18 and up, you know, or like adultish and up. Because the kids, I can't say the kid. If I think I hear his voice and I hear like, yo, what's up, man? How are you? Oh, I'm 18. You know, like I can't really assume that he's not, you know, but. You can't fake like years and years of smoking weed and cigarettes, you know what I'm saying, in your voice. Like no matter how deep you go, you know, you can't fake that shit. So like if I hear him in conversation for real, they'll let it slip, you know, because they go over talk like this for a while, but eventually it just like comes like letting the air out of a balloon, you know. They puffed up, but then like fucking eventually the air is gonna run out. And it's, oh shit, get the fuck out of here. It's pretty funny. There's even an option where like I can grant somebody super speed or Uber or like a ultra speed. And ultra speed is ridiculous. Like pretty much in under a second you can be across the whole world. You know, just one touch of the joystick, you push it all the way. So it'd be so touchy with it. You know, like I actually like when I first came out, I trained on that shit on ultra for like probably like 2 or 3 weeks every night. Like the first couple of days, people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like I'll be in conversation and it's like move real quick. And all the way across the whole world, but like I just like kind of jump, you know, it fucking got my face or something, you know. It feels weird, like when people violate boundaries, but you know, like, but it's the real world, but I still feel it, dude, like 100% real. And the putt, dude, you know, like I feel like I've actually played in these extravagant places, you know, with fucking other fucking lovers of putt from all across the world, you know. They know my name and another name, like we see each other almost every day. And I play that shit like it's a good practice, dude. Yeah,
you actually have to stand up and
I'm actually standing up. Mm-hmm. And the physics are so real, dude. It feels just like and the sound is so precise, man. They made it so beautiful. Like when you hit the ball, you hear it, and you can vibrate, and the controller vibrates, and the ball goes exactly where you fucking hit it, you know. And pretty good. I'm thinking about getting the ping pong joints, dude. They just came out the ping pong one, and you know.
Type shit. Dirty girl.
Why am I so slumped right now? Damn. Which one did I choose? That was the indica thing, dude. I was so in the couch. I was a part of the couch, dude. That was so crazy. That's exactly what it did. It put me in the couch. That's what
Yeah.
Oh man. That's cool. But it felt good though, man. You know, couch is a cool place to be.
Oh yeah.
But like, if you think about it, man, the couch deals with a lot of fucking butts.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably in a couch it's pretty much like a silencer for farts. Like people sit down, probably just the fart. Like you spread your feet, just put all that shit right in the fucking cotton. Yeah, like you're shitting on someone's couch pretty much when you fart. That's fucked up, dude. Just because you would be quiet, go outside and fart in the air, bro. Like what the fuck? The trees love that shit. Now you're putting your feces in my couch and cushion for later when I sit on it. It's gonna go up in my butt when I fart. That's fucked up. Like, oh damn! It's time travel farting into my butt. What the fuck, dude?
It's crazy, dude.
It's next level, man.
Farts are crazy.
I want to start farting on all the couches now. I'm gonna start saving all my farts for couches, dude.
Right?
That's like time travel.
What about like the fart and like within a fart?
Oh, so if I catch somebody else's fart in the thing?
Yeah, it's just like a fart within a fart, like a dream within a dream, but it's a fart within a fart.
I mean, I'd rather be the outside fart.
Yeah.
I don't need the fart inside the fart. You can't get out.
I know, you
Too
feel
far.
trapped. Even if you are out, like you're still
No,
in.
you're still on another one. Like, damn it, the levels, man. Can't handle that shit, man. I'm trying to go top shelf, man.
Yeah.
I have a
Trying to
chance
get
to
outside
get
of the stink.
Yeah. Like when it goes down, like, you know.
Let the stink dissipate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, we were doing this funny, like, Japanese, like, a game show where they, like, practice different ways to, like, disperse farts. You seen that shit?
What?
Yeah, man.
A fart dispenser?
Yeah, they had this, like,
Here you go.
neon lights and stuff. And whatever, to show, like, how they would fart and, like, how to dispense it, you know? Different motions and stuff, like ninja rolls and stuff. It was so funny, man.
They gotta, like, push the fart that way, push the fart that way.
Yep, or, like, they're, like, blow it up, or, like, they did, like almost, Hadouken! Like,
Hadouken!
Rasengan!
Hadouken with the fart!
Yeah, they did, dude. The best way was, like, okay, you take your hand as a cup, right? And as you're skipping sideways, you clap your butt, and so it releases all the cloud in the most proper, efficient way as fast as possible.
Yeah, the Japanese would be on some shit.
The other one was like when if you fart and then you quickly like roll away and you like crawl away from the cloud. That worked pretty well too. It was cool. Should I show the look?
So see, it's like techniques for like farting and avoiding like smelling your own fart.
Like how fast you do get away because they took into account like how fast the aerodynamics would like stick. Like if you're running forward, so the wind goes around you. You know what I'm saying? And so it creates this pocket, and it doesn't let the fart fog leave you. So you have to run sideways.
Of farting.
Yeah, because if you run sideways, because the wind goes sideways and it pulls it. For real, dude. At least run sideways. You know, skip
the
a little
fact
bit.
that you're being for real is hilarious.
The one was pretty cool. He goes, he does like a baseball pitch, and you can see the fart go. And like spread around, it's like arc pattern, like phew. It's so funny, dude. Oh shit, I should have learned that.
Oh man.
I felt like, so, you know, when we trip with somebody, sometimes you know,
kind of feeling like I felt that I was tripping with you, or if you one or a few times.
Yeah. I mean,
That's tight. But I mean, that's those are things that I can like appreciate now because it's in my DNA.
you mean like just tripping in general?
Yeah, it's almost like a feeling that I can like be in tune with sometimes when I'm in the right mindset or something, And it's a place in my mind that I've had since I was a kid, And it's still like sometimes in my dreams and stuff, and it still affects my vision sometimes, Like words and stuff. It's different than dyslexic, It's like they scramble sometimes, like trip and like what I'm saying, like they do words move around. It's like that sometimes. It's not just like words, the letters backwards. No, that fucking word over here a second ago. The fuck? The book just turned into like liquid. I'm 7. But no one told me books turn liquid. The fuck? Not Narnia?
Oh, shit.
Wait, Narnia's not real? What the fuck? What's going on with me then? Fuck? No, I never really thought that anything was like wrong with me. And I think, dude, honestly, if you think about it, every kid is the product of some kind of drug-related conception.
Right.
One or both of the parents was intoxicated in some sense.
Right.
Where there was like even a good meal,
Right.
and some wine, or like a painkiller, or an aspirin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That affects the whole life from that moment forward.
Right.
That's a big spark. Like whether it's a small portion, even like maybe they were like had a bad day or something, or what they ate that day affects that spark that creates you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, So, and I've started to notice, if you certain people who like, especially with drugs, are involved, like certain kids, from that certain like if you can find out which parent was doing which drug, you can kind of like see a correlation to how a kid kind of like comes out, how they see life and like how they approach life, and it's kind of like based through the eyes of the drugs, the combination of the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. But I think I'm lucky that acid was the one that I got hooked up with. You know what I'm saying? My parents luckily just fucking hippies, and like so I think it's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
But it's also sometimes a curse, like I'm not saying that I have a power or some shit, but like I'm saying like sometimes it's easier to like be ignorant or like not see things, And I see people not seeing things all the time. Like just not seeing things for what they are. And they're happy doing that, And I'm okay with them being happy with that, I'm not against them. But, like sometimes people take really offense to shit, like when I say like medication is no good. It's not doing anything, you're not gonna get better from it.
Same with therapy.
Like, dude, people fucking freak out if they say something like that, And
I
don't really believe that.
Medication, I think there's more people that are going to be receptive to that. But if you say therapy's not doing you any good,
yeah,
that's going to trigger most people. That's a super hot take.
Yeah, totally. Because like they rely solely on fucking some random person for so much of their emotional like, support and like validation and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And then mixed with like whatever prescription they give you, which validates their validation in some sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're giving you something to like validate how they think about
how they project onto you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And backs them up in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up. They trap you in like their web of lies, for you to keep coming back. They don't want you to never come back.
It's a business.
Dude, they don't want you to never come back, dude.
Yeah. What kind of business model
they'd
is that?
They'd be out of fucking business.
You're right.
No. That's ridiculous. But so that's another reason why I think that the guru thing is kind of like different, because it's kind of very similar, but like the purpose of the guru is to like hang out so maybe we don't never have to again, like talk to me and deal with something, so like in that sense of like as a therapist, like the goal
like a temporary therapist.
The goal is like learn something so you don't have to come back to me and this is something else,
Yeah.
but not
like
the same thing
adopt,
over and over and over again.
take these tools so that you can like use therapy on yourself when needed.
And it's usually just a few source problems that are causing the big fucking problems, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so with a fucking dope session, you can
It's just like
find
working
those
out
things.
bugs in a computer program.
Yeah, and then it's your choice to continue, you know, being better with it, or like come back to me and complain about it, like, and pay me. But I don't want that. You know, I want you to fucking continue doing your shit. Like, don't come back to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like that's no therapist has that mentality, bro. Absolutely none. The nicest one, dude, nicest one still wants the customer to come back. Like, well, maybe not, you know. Okay, maybe after like 10, 12, 20 sessions, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, dude, I can't do nothing for you. Like, you know,
Right.
I give you all of my lines that I give people, my bits of it. You know, I have this like fucking Rolodex of advice that they give depending on how a certain feel, you know? Because they read that shit. It's in books, and it's not that hard to read somebody when they're fucking opening up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, do you think there is any level of like therapy that is good for people? Because I'm almost to the radical point of like it's not good.
Meditation. 100%.
Yeah.
Like true silent self or like guided meditation, like in a group.
Yeah.
With other like
I think
so good, dude.
The reason that we even have therapy is because we're still dealing with the trauma of breaking up our tribes.
But words aren't gonna do anything, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about that shit.
Right.
Like that's sometimes almost like
The only way to actually like resolve that trauma is to re-tribe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we're talking about
action.
collective meditation and shit.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Right.
Like you've been to fucking the place by Charlottesville, right? Yogaville.
Mm-hmm.
So powerful, man. You've been there?
I've never been. Her cousin
Let's
actually
go,
lived
man.
there for a while.
Dude, they meditate twice a day.
Yeah.
They like guided meditations twice a day, like in the temple. And they have other ones like multiple times a day in certain areas. Like, they have like 3 different kinds of meditation to offer, you know? And I think that was like $10, I think, was a donation for lunch. And it was pretty dope. It was like all vegan, everything fresh from their land that they fucking grew. You know, made this fucking buffet line of like, I don't know what the fuck it was, you know, but it was good as shit. And I trusted it, you know. They were like sanitation skills and stuff, whatever, you know, like it was just clean people.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was my first time there. I felt so like welcome. Like they like understood, you know what I'm saying? No one gave me any judgmental eye, you know, as they were like questioning, you know, like anything. And they listen, you know, they let people finish speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like actually have a real conversation, like look, consider what you say and then actually respond. You know, like today it's like people are just waiting to fucking respond, that they're not listening. They're just waiting for their chance, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I'm seeing in the metaverse. It's really bad, like, because you know, with the face-to-face with somebody, you're trying to like impose on somebody's conversation. Metaverse, you can just jump in someone's conversation, be louder and more obnoxious. And in real life, you can't just jump in someone's lap and just be louder than him.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Right.
But in fucking metaverse, you can't do anything about it, you know. But I can, you know.
You can't like challenge him to a fight right then and there in the metaverse.
Why? He's not. I mean,
like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
So actually, my left joystick is kind of busted, so I have this metal fucking rod sticking out. So if I stick it too hard to run and move around, I fucking impale my finger a little bit.
Damn.
That's not really impale, but like, you know, it hurts. Oh shit. But it's kind of saving my joystick because I don't really like them games where you run around and shoot. It's kind of annoying. For real. I'm playing that putt, man. It's just so much fun. Like I said, I'm gonna check out that ping pong. But yeah, so main question. I don't think it's like super important that you get into it, but I think it's like kind of the dopest, like it's gaming like / fun kind of hobby thing you can do. That's like digital. If you want to do something digital, you know, if you have a gaming system or whatever, like get a headset. I mean, the other games are so much better and they're more interactive and they feel more real, you know, and they're just like more fun.
I'm of the breed that just isn't into any of that. I'm trying to get off of
it. But you haven't even, okay. How can you say you don't like fucking peach ice cream if you've never had peach ice cream?
Well,
I think it's a totally different comparison because if you know that the ice cream is poisoned, then you're not going to eat it.
But it's not. How's it poison?
Well, the metaverse is poisoned by the virtue of the fact that you're not like your every move is being tracked and like.
But that's how it is now.
Yeah, but I would rather it not be that way. I would rather like work through this.
Sure. I told you that was
virtual
part of
reality or reality.
That's the anti-footstep coalition. I think I mentioned it outside.
Right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Like it was the real thing. It's like I saw it and I read it and I was like, wait, I don't agree. So I pressed decline, but they wouldn't let me in. I was like, fuck. All right, fine. I'll accept it. You know? It's just for the footsteps, you bastards. You know, I better take that shit away. But no, when they took the footsteps back, no, I didn't get no notification saying, here's your rights back, motherfucker. No, they kept that shit. Like, this is just listening for the sole purpose of studying the sound of footsteps, but, you know, no footsteps, but it's still like studying the sound, you know. And so there's no problem. Kind of sly, actually.
Yeah. But dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, just using it seems to be like a tacit agreement to just give away a lot
of information
of you. Like your information, your biology, everything that we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. They got your DNA, your fucking scent. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, for sure. We probably do. And I feel like a microphone could sense like.
They already have it all, but it's just like I would rather work through like trying to get out of that than to work into it. I mean, I understand like the idea of working through it by working into it too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one that I don't know. I feel like this matrix and this virtual reality has enough problems to work through it, enough like glitches like you were talking about, you know what I'm saying? Or like source code issues, like lies that need to be removed from the program, viruses that need to be removed from the program.
And the metaphor is a matrix type shit. Mm-hmm. Me getting in where I'm at in the metaverse is like me being like Morpheus,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Matrix. Like I'm gonna be one of the elders that's gonna be able to like help people fucking see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that type of shit. You know, helping like people realize that it's real. You know, even when it's not real.
You mean this is real, but the metaverse isn't, or what?
I can't call it. I'm saying like even in the metaverse, you know, if it becomes like real or something, you know, or more real than it is. You know, I feel like I already have a lot, man. For like people who are new to the metaverse or something, or just like, you know, having just a weird like time with everything, you know, just seeing what's real. Like it's not just when you realize that like how real it is when it's not real. I feel like it helps you see how real it is when it is real, you know. But you have to really see how unreal it is. It is really real too. Like we're real people in there, inside the avatars, which is crazy. Like I was saying, you can change the avatar's sex and like how they look at moment by moment. You know, just going to menu, blah blah blah. I'm a chick. It's not troll, fuckers. And dude, they got legs now. So for the first like 6 months, it was just fucking torsos and arms. It was like so accepted. We just floated around. You know what I'm saying? And then like there was a whisper of legs. But yeah, man. Next topic. What?
No, I want to get more into this because, like,
memories.
Yeah, like, why do you think it's? I feel like it's not. I feel like I can't do it, man.
I mean, I think that's fine.
Because I feel like this, I feel like you understand where I'm at with like this being its own metaverse, whereas some people just like don't even respect this world. So it's a whole different story. Like I see what you're saying. Like the metaverse can be used to get people to like respect reality itself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, and the idea of respect, though, like I'm having a hard time respecting this world, man, as it is now. You know. So in VR, I have a chance to like start like make sure that respect is respected. You know what I'm saying? In the start of another world, like we're building another fucking existence, and like my energy is helping to build that.
Yeah, but how? I don't know. It just doesn't seem very genuine.
Dude, I'm talking to people from all around the world every day. You know, and like if I make them laugh or like say something like kind or like thought provoking, you know, like, which happens a lot, dude.
But
And, like,
it's still taking time away from them getting like sunshine. And
sure, but I mean, they'd be on some other platform, like, whether it be a gaming system or like watching TV. Like they're using this time that they have for set aside, you know, and they choose game. They had VR instead,
yeah,
and it's like growing way more, you know. And eventually, like if you can play Grand Theft Auto, or like other major games that they play online,
I
you can do that in
see.
VR.
I see what you're saying. I would rather avoid it.
Madden, like the sports games.
But what about this? Like, what about real life? Like, I just feel like one of my biggest things is
We
I
could be
feel
here
like-
together right now,
especially for especially.
reservation. You know,
What do you mean?
we could almost experience this without like having to pay for reservation. Like this world like this, we can just go in and start a private instance and just have a conversation and smoke together.
It's not the same.
You're smoking on your side, I'm smoking on my side. We're both talking just like this.
It's not the same.
What's different?
You can't like actually touch each other.
Okay,
Like, you're not
touch.
breathing
Okay, but that's the technology's there, which is expensive.
like the haptic suits and shit like that. Yeah,
Like next to that, they're already starting to dribble some of that next level shit to us.
yeah.
Facial recognition, like body recognition, the heart rate, you know, all the heart rate, like you smell it smelling of someone else.
I get it,
Like-
man, but it just seems.
I can't wait to fart in your fucking face from a million miles away. Like, told you, man.
But I'm not gonna be on it. That's the thing.
Put $20 on it in 20, at least 20. No, 20 years. That's too much. 10 years. $100 equivalent in 20 years, or 10 years that you'll have a headset, some kind of headset. Will it be smart glasses? Smart glasses count, dude. That's right up there. And that's pretty much the headset without like the actual vision thing, you know. But they have those where they have the immersive
Why?
realities. It just look like Ray-Bans.
Why would I do that?
Why not? Because you can pretty much like use your whole laptop, everything that your laptop or computer do. Your sunglasses do for you. You don't have to touch a screen or touch anything or type anything. Or, you know, it's all automated with your eyes and your voice and like kind of your thoughts because it reads your eyes and shit, you know, and so it kind of knows what you're thinking and the way you're looking and stuff, like, and it helps you like formulate your thoughts and that.
So why would I want to do that?
Because everyone else is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's not just because of that, man. It's just that, like I said, it might get to a point where like it'll be the only job you can do, or it'll be, you know, it's part of a job. Maybe, you know, with the training, maybe, you know,
I feel like there's always going to be jobs in the real world that need to be done.
always. But come on, you know how I feel about always. For a long time, you can't say always. Bro, are you serious? Eventually, they'll find a robot to do everything better. Like that's you can't agree with that. Nanotechnology, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying.
I
But
can't
we're a
imagine
part of
the
that.
robots that the military is building right now, dude. But they're so dope. I want control.
I don't know, man. I feel like we're already robots. That's the thing. They're just reverse engineering we already have in us. That is like dormant capabilities, you know.
Like also, I like the one where they're using us to raise souls. You know, like using our beings to like nurture souls because they want the higher ones, the higher level ones, like that, and like the Nibiru and like the higher beings, like they're using our beings as like the learning stage of a soul, you know. And then like, the ones that are like ready or you know they can use. You know, the people like on like the next level, like you see on DMT and stuff, it could be something like that, you know, another dimension type shit, where like they have a choice, you know, so they're not gonna take everybody, every soul, or every like energy, you know, it's not because they don't really need it, but they want to continue growing, and like, because I think that's the basis of most like beings is like just to grow and develop, you know, if anything.
You can't deny that thing, dude. And anything else that comes after that, like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But like, we're trying to grow and develop, you know, not to do the same shit every day. And that's pretty much life. Any fucking planet you go to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like my reason for avoiding the metaverse isn't like some backwards. Like, I feel like a lot of times when if I say that, like you're picturing me being like, you know, 1800s like Amish against it. I think my reasons for being against it are actually like this is already a metaverse, and like I'd rather participate in this metaverse. And it seems like we've already got haptic technology. It's called our skin.
Yeah, I know, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so all things
we've already got like epic vision. It's called our eyes. Like we've already got epic focus. It's called like willpower. You know what I mean?
No, you're right, man. The thing is, like, all the things that I'd like
But
to
most
do,
people don't see it that way. So I understand why you would.
it's like most of the things
work
that
through the metaverse.
I love to do in the metaverse, I'm not able to do in real life. You know?
Right.
I can't play pop-up at exotic places.
Right.
You know, fly around and instantaneously
Yeah.
to a new like exotic place to play putt-putt with somebody
Right.
from Ireland. Like, what the fuck? You know, I can't be like a super cool, like fucking not cool, but like a moderator at a like popular place. You know, because I mean, I've tried to go out socially recently, and it's kind of weird, dude. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, man, outside of the metaverse, anything else, dude? Just weird times going out socially right now.
So, dude I was talking to earlier was this random dude that I had the mobile mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a local kid that pretty much been in and out of jail his whole life, you know, and like, I don't know, I kind of understand his mentality. Like I've had a few friends like that, but he just talks a lot of shit, man. You know, like it's almost like forced narcissism, man, being in locked up like that. Because you almost don't you have to just talk and not prove yourself. You can't. There's almost no way to prove yourself. Anything you say, what you think, like what you did, and like what you're going to do, like you have no choice to do any of that. You know, like that's like crushes people's spirits, but it also like makes them used to like saying things that they're not doing. You know, which is lying.
Right.
But that's a thought. But they're not. They want to be doing it, but they can't. They're not doing it because they're not able to. You know, and I don't say can't, but like that in those situations you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in jail, you're not gonna start a business online. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have parties. You know, there's many things you can't do in jail. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. But because of that, like you have all these illustrious dreams, you know, ambitions, but like there's absolutely no way you can do it. But like on the outside world, it's almost the same mentality. You know, like it doesn't matter, you're saying the same things, but there's nothing holding you back. But you know, some action. But like, it's really hard for them to like trust themselves. You know, when it's time for action. You know, like they might have good ideas, they might have learned a lot. You know, but because of how it is, the system being like forced that they can't do. That's such a big word, dude. Like, so you can't, you know, like that's every day, 24/7. Can't. Like that's what jail's about, man. Like no, like I don't care what's going through your brain. You're doing what we want you to do, you know? It's so fucked up. And all that money. It's a corporation, dude. You know, like it's not
Private prisons.
Yeah.
Private prison system.
It doesn't do anything, dude. Like every single stats and everything I've heard, it's ruining families. Like I think like 80% of like people in jail come from like single mother parenthood, you know what I'm saying? Families. And so many like go back into the system, like it just it's going right along with like the esoteric agenda and shit. You know, it's like perfect. Like what they said they wanted to do, pretty much. Like, like and it happened like what right after they abolished slavery. Even some of the same plantations, dude. The one down in Georgia, heard that shit? Dude, the plantation where they had probably no slaves. The day after they abolished slavery, they turned it into like a prison.
Oh, right.
And like it's still there.
Right, and the 13th Amendment is all slaves are freed unless they've committed a crime. Well, who's to say they've committed a crime?
And the white people that own the plantation, like, hey, actually, if you step off my property, that's a crime.
Yeah.
So come back and work for me.
Right.
And now, like, you're in prison, so you don't have to pay it anymore.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. A literal matrix.
So inside the metaverse, it's like there's apps, and the apps is like a world. And inside that world, it's like a universe.
Yeah, but that's what this could be to
Right here?
something else. Yeah, it's like this what we call base reality could be a fucking metaverse for something else, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the way every time I think about that, all I see is ants and like an ant farm for the trees, man. Like
Yeah.
nature, they're just like watching us fucking build around,
Probably.
record podcasts and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, they're recording a conversation
Yeah.
so other people can hear the conversation that they have
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
Like we're time traveling right now, dude.
Yeah,
Through
for
like
sure.
an application that someone built and blew up and shit. It's crazy. But yeah, dude.
But do you think that like spending time in synthetic, so to speak, metaverse diminishes your skills and abilities in this metaverse, or how does that?
I mean, even
Not
like
maybe
lucid
more.
dreaming and stuff, or like you can always gain something from experiences and moments as long as like you're aware.
Yeah, I think
Like,
awareness
gain-
is the
you
key
know,
there.
and-
Yeah.
And gain perception. And like I'm meeting people from across the world, dude. Talking to people about how they see things from like other countries and shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No, I think
ask
there's
them
definitely benefit to it. I'm
I asked
not,
them, like,
I'm not
what do you
hating
think
on it.
America
I just
is
don't
like
think it's for me.
from the outside? You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have a chance to just randomly walk up to somebody from the into this metaverse. So it's just like it's better opportunities for what I want. Is like I need that like
But I think awareness is again the key, because I think
Sure.
there's a lot of people just going in there just because
just
they're
fuck
bored,
around. Yeah,
or just whatever,
Just
have a toy.
yeah. That's the trolling mindset that I'm being real.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I can see like the fakeness in that. Like I'm starting to see it, dude. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. I love you, man.
We're gonna do part 2 / it won't even be a part 2, just a continuation jump tomorrow when we have more dank
Add
ideas.
some more like reels and stuff. Dude.
Yeah.
Just-
I'm just gonna like cut a bunch of shit out. Like I might keep the part where I'm talking about cutting it out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like just like fucking do all sorts of weird shit. I don't even know yet.
what's up, man.
Just like content, and then like cut anything I find boring. Cause
There was another topic that came up.
was there? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess kind of connected to it was like I feel like monogamy came out of that. You know, like hunter-gatherers weren't monogamous necessarily. Well, most of them weren't. Monogamy is like rooted in possession, you know?
No, 100%, yeah. So the term means just one mate, right, the whole time?
Yeah, it pretty much means I'll trade an agreement to not have sex with anybody else as long as you agree to not have sex with anybody else. But like that alone is like rooted in possession and jealousy. And also it's like limiting somebody's human nature. It's your nature.
Yeah, it's not based out of like love.
Yeah,
you know?
clearly your nature is to like pursue sexual novelty.
If that's
But
what you want.
but I want to limit that in exchange for the fact, I'll limit myself. Exactly.
Or at least make at least say that to you so you do it.
Exactly.
But I think that traces back to like like
But I mean, but right then, right? I mean, let's stop right there. Because all the cheating, all the other shit that goes on in monogamous marriage, we know monogamy is a failure. We just continue to live the failure, or whatever. Some people try to continue to live the failure. But isn't the point right there? Isn't the point right at the root of the fact that you have to deny your nature to even like begin the shit?
So like what? Just to have a relationship?
I mean, you're saying like, oh, I won't follow my like natural tendencies in order to like feel like I own you. You know what I'm saying? It's actually kind of ridiculous when you really think about it.
No. Why they feel like they own somebody anyway, or why they feel like they need to own somebody.
Weird, right?
Or like, just not allow them to be themselves, I guess, or know what they want. If they really, like, would they love somebody?
What's it like? What's your
happy.
perspective as a woman?
Protection. I mean, if you have somebody that's not you know.
But that argument is made in everything that I've been reading. Is like, yes, because we set up a society in which you need protection.
Yeah.
Then that's yes, you get the benefit of it, but like you've been set up. That's the thing. Like the whole root of it is fucked up.
Yeah.
Why should you even need? No. What if women were all together? What if the tribe was together?
There shouldn't be anybody attacking you either.
Yeah, exactly. Why should you feel that? Why should we even live in a society where you feel the need, like you're under the threat of attack?
Because you're a woman.
Yeah.
But that's because of the monogamous society that has been set up from the root that I'm talking
Yes,
about.
but
the possession.
yeah,
Mhm.
but
The
we
jealousy.
still crave having protection from a man.
Yeah, but you were
So if
protected. You were
if
even
you're
more
not,
protected.
You know, if you're not, you
So for a man, it's different. So it's about like monogamy for a man is like because they know it's important because they know that the woman is like has their kid. You know?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the story that we've been told. But like,
Yes,
why is that? If you go
so
to
if you're not monogamous or whatever, who do you know that's gonna?
if you go to like indigenous tribes, it's like
Who's gonna have your back?
And they don't really know. They just all take care of the kids
they don't
together. Right?
care. They don't care. Paternity is not a big
It
deal.
doesn't matter. They're all, it's the
They
tribes
raise
kids.
they raise their sister's
Yeah,
kids.
okay, yeah, it's for tribes though.
As a male, you just raise your
Families,
sister's kids.
But tribes are what families should be. You know, really.
Exactly.
Like
What
they
we
try
call
to split up.
family is like holding, like blackmailing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole setup.
So that maybe that's where it came from. So that's the correlation where at one point they were like they didn't want families to stay strong because they wanted all the fields and like big business themselves. So but if there's no big families to compete with,
Right.
that's the separation. Oh, do it on your own, be independent, because trying to split the families up.
Right. Meanwhile, they're staying together.
Yeah, of course they all stand together.
Mhm.
But they were telling us to separate. You can do it on your own.
Be an individual.
Yeah, you can go out there and get a credit card, being instead of one person being in debt 5 times, like the whole family can just be like a couple times, or like be in the plus together.
Mhm.
Everybody pulls together.
Yeah.
And have dope ass.
And then they set up, they pit people against each other.
Uh-huh.
Every individual.
Yeah, it's even like family.
Within the family. Yeah.
Because they set up like, was it family's supposed to be doing this or making
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then also being your family members sometimes like easy targets. Like for people that
Especially younger. If you're an older generation,
yeah, and they don't know why, but they just like they have aggression they can't
they
get rid of.
need to get out, so they
Aim at their family because they're right there, and they know that they're forgiven. Well, hopefully, inside they hope they
because they're family or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's still like inciting fear and like spreading emotional poison.
Mm-hmm.
To your own family. It doesn't come back to you. It's in your family, dude.
Yep.
Like
I
it's
know.
a shitty cycle.
Yep.
And after a few times that cycle, it's like it's in like the DNA. It's like those shitty moments on your rest of your future. It's like based off those moments. They call it PTSD, whatever. I say get over that shit. You know what I'm saying sometimes, but there's another thing with is younger like.
Well, I mean, I think trauma really happens, but then it's like the opposite side of that is how do you respond to it? Some people just like use it as a crutch for the rest of their lives,
Yeah.
or like play into it because of the benefits you get as a victim. But I think it's more rewarding to just get over it / work through it / whatever.
But when people get used to like,
Face it.
that form of attention,
Right.
it's like sometimes it's like maybe the only attention they get is when they pull that card,
Right.
So it's like, of course, if I'm trying to get a cookie, the only time I get a cookie is when I play this fucking PGS card. I'm gonna rely on that to get my cookies.
Right.
Yeah. And like,
Exactly.
and then that's like a label. It's easily done by any doctor. Like, oh yeah, you've been through some shit. You're still in your mind here. You have PTSD.
What do you think? You sound like you were thinking about something over there. Huh?
Well, you mentioned labels.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a big fan of labels because they define things and post-traumatic stress. syndrome. It's just a syndrome. It's like having a cold. It doesn't have to be like reoccurring.
Yeah, no, they used to only like give PTSD. They only gave that label to like people who had seen people get blown up.
Blown
Shit
up,
like
right in
that.
their face, and it was only like
But now it's applied to like
for the whole
your
life.
mom
though.
didn't love you.
Yeah, for your whole life. You have one moment of sadness in your whole life. You're like
Now you have
traumatized.
PTSD.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Nah, man.
and there's definitely I do think
It should be limit.
people can have traumatic experiences that are not in the military. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
I think there's a balance there.
But at the
But-
same time, you know,
It's being applied to
like
everyday life experiences. It seems like at this point.
I catch a lot of flack when I say this sometimes, but like, you know, I'm glad that people are out there fighting more wars, but like, 'cause I'm not trying to, but it's their fucking job. They signed up for it. There was no draft, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, if a fireman gets burned in a fire, like,
That's yeah.
if you get,
They
if
signed
you
up
see
for it.
the shit blown up, like,
Yeah.
that's because you fucking signed up to blow shit up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
kill no matter what, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
you don't think that that's a courageous
No.
job, though?
no, there's a janitor. There's janitors.
Eh,
I think it's a courageous job.
Just as much as
I
a
just
jan-
don't-
Janitorial work, dude,
But
come
they know
on.
that
Clean,
they
you don't want a clean toilet seat to sit on?
yeah, but
That's way more
no,
fun.
no,
Right?
no, 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 no.
That affects
I'm
me.
not. That's a false equivalency. I'm
How?
not saying that janitors are underappreciated. I agree that janitors are underappreciated, but that doesn't mean that being a soldier or a fireman is. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be a soldier because I know that all of the reasons that they've given for like.
I'm saying if I went to a dinner and said, appreciate your service, they wouldn't be what? They would
They'd be surprised, probably.
yeah, I do.
Right. That's what
But I
I'm
mean,
saying,
no, but
why
teachers
not?
too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
why
You know?
should everybody get that respect? Like, I appreciate your
Right.
service.
Yeah,
Everybody's
for
part of it, you know? That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Like, why
I,
just them?
I see what you're saying, but
Like, why is their trauma, you know, more horrific when
I
they sign up for it? It's
I
not, it's not
understand.
like
I understand what you're.
a real
getting
trauma
at.
is like when you're like, oh, I'm gonna go fishing this weekend, and then I hit my fucking aunts, you know, I'm fishing with somebody, and his head blows up next to me for no reason. That's traumatic. But if I'm going to kill people and then people get killed, that's the job description. Like, how can you trauma?
Yeah, that's,
You sound-
I see what you're saying to a degree, but I think when it comes to just like human experience,
Okay, so it's like
it's just like
I
an
applied to
innate,
be
it's
a-
just
like
like
a
an
video game
innate
tester.
thing.
right. I love video games. I think it's cool. I play video games.
It's
and
different.
then
You can't compare anything to like watching somebody die before it's their time. I've never even been in that experience, but just like
I've seen
vicar-
you kill people.
like vicariously. Well, yeah, maybe not in this life. Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, but you still remember that feeling. Like, and
100%.
lives.
But that's why I can say that.
I mean, it's not even a question. Like, I know what it feels like. And if I had to do a choice, it's not an option. You know?
100%. But that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is like there's something innate in people that we don't want to see people die, even our enemy die. Like the first time you witness, maybe after the first time you've witnessed somebody get murdered or like killed, then you get a little like numb to it, I guess. More and more numb to it the more you see it.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time that shit happens, like there's something in us that like is shaken by that, no matter how you've been raised.
I feel like that, and that part is kind of shake is the selfish part that they had something tied in with that, you know, had agreements tied in with that thing, that loss of whatever, you know.
But it could have been your enemy, and you still feel that.
I mean, it's
So
still.
what is that then?
I mean, you didn't make amends or like, you know, some thought that there's maybe I don't know. It's not always nice to have a nemesis, bro. What are you talking about? You gotta have a nemesis. You can't be a hero with that nemesis.
I get that point, but I'm saying just on like a biological level. Like an infant, you know, certain instincts, certain reflexes that we have that we're like programmed with. I feel like the first time you watch somebody die, even if somebody, not an old person necessarily, like if it's their time, that's one thing. But like if you see somebody get shot or like fucking have a horrific accident in some way and die before it's really their time, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if that's your enemy, I feel like it does something to you. Like, it changes things. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like it just makes you realize that this life is not like, it's super fragile. You know?
Super fragile, but also, like, yeah. I think it just...
But also, like, how much is that one person that you think about it? Oh wow, a person's gone. It's horrible. But, like, life still goes on. You know,
100%.
It's like no different, really. You know, except for a few people's like, that made me sad, but like that doesn't. Their sadness still doesn't even affect anything, but their own lives. You know.
Right.
So it's like, I think death should be like a happy thing, man. You know, like,
Yeah.
and all this, every sadness is always traced back to a happiness or love. You
Yeah.
know, whether it's not there anymore, or you're just like, you wish it was, or you wish it could have been, or like you wish you want more of it, you know, or like there's some reason why you miss something or sad for something.
Yin yang.
But it's really because you love it so much that it's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so when death
Is the yin yang the perfect symbol for existence? I feel like the yin yang
it is. It's like
if you're gonna try to put a symbol on reality,
Mhm.
it just like encompasses everything.
you give and you take, you know, it's like the cycles,
Mm-hmm.
change isn't like constant, you know.
Light and dark,
Everything's reflection.
masculine and feminine.
You get what you give. Yeah, it goes around, comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and fun. Yeah. Exactly.
Active and passive, matter and vibration.
Two sides every coin.
You can't even have one without the other. Like
Yeah.
one
That's-
defines the other.
That's not the reason why politics is so frustrating, because like if you just listen to people talk, it's like blink, blink. You can turn the coin around, like you're just arguing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, but when people start arguing, that's when it starts getting escalating and like sounds like they're saying different stuff, but they're not really saying anything different. They're saying a different way because they heard it a different way. But they make it sound like a different way, you know. So that they're arguing on how it sounds. But the real point is that you're saying the same thing, you know. Ugh. It's so funny, but
There's a complex brainwashing going on there too, though. There's some MK,
No.
MK Ultra
Yes.
shit involved with
Yep.
like the political divide.
the
for sure.
algorithms, dude, like I can't imagine like when they start working on those algorithms and then implementing AI into those also, you know, that's the part that freaks me out. Like letting loose those technologies onto those algorithms, you know, which for sure they had access to, but you know, it wouldn't like we put the they've already been all the information fucking suck for so long.
It would suck if like I'm so drunk that I forgot to hit record, but I think I did. I totally did. We're recording. Let's go. This has been a good conversation. Anything to add though? Because like what you were saying there was just so on point. I felt like you kind of wrapped it up.
Hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I actually realized that's on camera. I started like,
Oh shit! I'm on camera.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But you're not even on camera. You're just your voice is on camera.
Shit, I am. Damn
oh shit.
it.
You're like yeah,
Can you
behind,
edit
you're kind
it?
of like behind a blanket though,
I know, but
ish. Yeah. How do we make it better?
Almost like with Chromatica, you know, almost like nothing you can do but just be the best.
Love,
Be the best you can. You
have
yourself.
fun, enjoy the ride, type shit.
That's all you can do, man.
Yeah,
Anything else is like worthless. Like
because people don't listen to words. You know, they'll see if they see that you're happy, they'll be like, "Damn, how can I be happy? Like maybe I should listen to him because he's happy." But you're like, if you're like depressed, yeah, like, it doesn't matter how smart he is or like fucking, you know what I'm saying?
even
Greatest
if-
ideas ever, but look at him, he's depressed. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Or like, but that same person or another person could be like, oh, see that happiness is like damn inside, you know, thinks some all piece of shit, and go about his day differently than the person like you know see things differently. I feel like opposite. They can take that and maybe feel bad about it. They see someone else, you know, they
But
hate us because they hate us
Why?
because they're haters.
Yeah, but why are people haters?
it's jealous.
Why are people jealous?
It's just what's we're raised about.
Okay.
I mean,
It's a possession. Not able to let go. Not even.
I mean, indigenous people aren't jealous of us. They think we're crazy. So where does that come from?
I think that's fear. You know, it's like the agreements and stuff, like holding on, and you know, it makes them scared.
It's fear.
Like anything that like kind of tests who you like. Oh, I feel this certain ways. and that kind of test that, you're like, it feels like an attack, you know?
Mhm.
We get on defensive, and then boom, it's done.
My feelings aren't validated.
Yeah,
You
and
didn't
it's not.
validate
There's no
my
way to
feelings.
conversate anymore. It's
Yeah.
like they switched over to defensive, and
Yeah.
they're looking to attack and like try and get back because they feel attacked. So they're gonna try to attack you.
Right.
Dude, I'm not trying to do the poking thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it becomes like a battle of wits. Sometimes, you know. I mean, I'm okay. Like people in the wrong, like will be shown to be wrong. You know. As
Yeah.
long as they try to like.
Yeah. No. That's true. Long-term mentality. Shout out.
You let them keep on talking. Like eventually, like, what you say? Like,
Mhm. The truth always wins in the end. That's for sure. It does take some patience sometimes because if you be trying to like show somebody like how right you are, like it'll end up backfiring on you. You know.
yeah.
But if you just live in your righteousness,
Mhm.
it'll.
But no, that's not right. Like that's your truth. You know, if they don't know that or don't accept it,
right.
it's not going to be true for them. You know, they have to find that truth themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not really the truth. It's like your truth.
Yeah, in a way. I think there is an objective truth though.
What is that?
It's beyond even
Like,
the,
you know, like what happened though. Really?
Hmm?
Like what as in like the time progression as events happening. Like
yeah, exactly. Like experience itself.
but it just experiences though. So that could be like in the dream world. It's like the same thing. We experience things like all the senses.
Feelings. Yeah, feelings kind of are a part of that too though. It's hard to even put into words because words themselves are a part of the subjective reality that you're talking about, my truth, right? As soon as you try to put objective truth into words, you've already subjectified it.
And then I'm trying to like
But it doesn't take away the fact that there is an
translate.
objective truth though. It's just it takes a mature conversation to even kind of dissect that.
Yeah.
You know, it's that which a genuine person is doing their best to use words to reflect, and without fogginess. You know, they're using the symbols based on what they know the person they're talking to and their meaning, like how they agree to the meaning of certain words. You know, what language they speak, etc., like the cadences and like dialects and shit. You know.
No, dude, you're like have to fine tune each.
It's depending on who you're talking to, you know, and like because it's all about agreements and relationships, you know, and dynamics. You know, there's no absolute when it comes to language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what you're talking about is 100% true when it comes to language, relationship, and a large part of human experience. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that there is an objective truth that we're even able to like. So it's like the source of language and like our ability to speak and listen and understand math. Math is a great example. Perfect example. Music is another great perfect.
Sure, I mean because it's kind of mathematical.
It's mathematical, but like
the flow,
sound like but on a vibrational level. Yeah,
the vibrations
instead of a conceptual level. Yeah.
And the vibrations, you know, it's like a representation of energy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in a way. And so, like, the different keynotes and stuff are just the way our ears were, like, tuned. Like, it's a blessing to hear that shit, you know? Because we're just, like, vibrations. They don't really sound like anything like what we think we hear.
When the music hits, you feel no pain.
Yeah. And they're, like, probably music to other creatures that don't have what we have in our ears, which sounds like just gibberish. I don't even know. It sounds like wah, wah, something, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like, nothing. Maybe they came not in tune to the certain, like, vibrations.
Right.
They don't hear anything. Like, we're all jamming out. Like, what are they doing? Like,
right.
They came to hear our music. You know what I'm saying? Or even us, maybe. Like, we're trying to talk to them, you know? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Any other gems you want to drop before we cut the shit off?
I thought about something today. It was awesome, I thought. Oh, yeah. It's like with hiking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's so awesome because like every step, you know, you have to like plant your feet, you know, be aware of where you're looking, you know, you have to be there in the moment, you know, and it's difficult sometimes put that to like practice in life, you know, just take steps and just keep going, you know, it doesn't like matter where you're going,
Yeah, I think sometimes people like she got overwhelmed sometimes like looking at the whole thing. Like just like take one step at a time. It's not the one step might be a lot more difficult than on the previous ones or the next ones after that, but like just take that step and then
Yeah, and also like if you focus on the ground, like every time you take the hike, if like okay, take 10 steps, look up. It takes 10 steps to look up. Then every time you can do the hike 1,000 times, it looks different every time. You know, you've seen that 1/10 every time, like so it looks different. But I don't know. I'm also been hiking for a long time, so I can like look up and still like know that I'm not gonna trip. You know. So I think some people like might see me like gazing and like try to do that shit. Probably can't.
Yeah. Here's like Saint Mary's Wilderness today. Hit the waterfalls, which hopefully you're looking at right now. If I know how to use this.
Oh, yeah, you got some nice
yeah.
footy.
And if you think you're a ninja, then you can try to get to the waterfall yourself. Kind of doubt most of you can get there.
Would want to, I guess.
Yeah, you like have the will. Do you have the willpower? Much less the ability.
I mean, or just right equipment. You know, some Tivas.
Yeah.
That'd be alright. You know, some sandals with a buckle on it. Not have to wear socks.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because they don't make like waterproof boots like that, like withstand that, do they?
I mean, they have aqua shoes.
Really?
I mean, it wouldn't be fun to hike in, but at least you ford those crossings. Switch your shoes out. You know what I'm saying? Put the dry shoes back on.
I wish they made like more portable, like wading pants or something. You know? Have you ever like waded out in wading pants? It's such a weird thing because so you step into them, you know, almost like
ankle weight types.
No,
concept.
It's like trousers. Like trousers.
Their pants. The whole
like
pants
rubber.
are weighted.
Kind of, just because it's like all thick rubber.
Okay.
You know, so it's almost like what are they wearing? It's like they're made of denim. It has straps on. Anyways, it's kind of like that. Like a button. And the crazy part is that when we go into the water, and like so the pressure is still like water pressure is still like there, and so in the water when you're actually in the water, I guess you don't really feel it, you know. But when you feel the pushing in on the rubber and then the rubber pushing it on you, like you can actually feel it. It's weird, but like the separation, just a little bit of rubber makes you like aware of the pressure, you know. When you're in the suit, it's like kind of sucks into you because the pressure is all around you. And like, oh my god, what the fuck? It's squeezing, but that's the water's actually doing it all the time, you know. Just don't feel it. Even just a few feet of water, you start feeling how much the fucking pressure is like coming, it's like sticks to you, and so walking through and like even up to your chest, and like if you're in the water, you know, so your body like instinct is to okay, I'm in water, I'm getting wet, you know. I feel like there has to be some kind of like instinct to where, you know, because we're made of water, so we can't, if we're in water, we can't just like transfer all of our water, you know, because it was like lose our physical fucking being, you know what I'm saying? Like if we lost that control of that outer layer of us, or you know who we are, like our bodies, you know, like the idea of, you know, if we like lost that part of our, I feel like it was almost like melted into water.
Like our skin, you mean?
Could, yeah, it could. Yeah. Right? Like what's holding out the water in our skin? Like our skin, like what's holding it there? Like,
willpower.
It's like a will, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So part of that is
like the programming in our. I don't want to say DNA. Like people argue about DNA, and that's like whatever. But it's still willpower ultimately.
But didn't they recently just like they proved that DNA changes almost every day, like as you live?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, as you think,
sure.
sometimes.
For sure.
It's like the actual code changes.
It's always changing.
Like if you tested it every hour, it would be different. You know?
Yep. Because it responds to life.
Energy.
It doesn't dictate life. It's not programming life as much as it's responding to it. For sure.
I
think human nature is actually
you don't have time to worry, really.
No, it's just exactly like we were just talking about. It was with DNA responding to life. There is no such thing as human nature because the nature of humans is to respond to the culture that it's brought up in.
Not worried.
And so if we are brought up in a culture of it's normalized to worry about everything, then sure, it's human nature to worry in that culture. But then there's other cultures where worrying is just like the silliest thing you could ever possibly do.
It hasn't happened yet, or already did. So why?
Well, then would you ever consider worrying about it?
Even if it's happening now, you shouldn't worry about it because like you're here now, so you might as well deal with it.
Right. Exactly.
Well, the just that the living is real though. You know, just living in the moment.
No, living in the moment is a good one.
And you shouldn't worry about tomorrow, but like you shouldn't worry about anything.
You shouldn't worry about anything.
Yeah,
You can still look forward. You can still look forward to tomorrow without worrying about it.
No, of course it is. It's tough because we live in this life. It's like with our society. You know, I had shit
You
to worry
can't
about.
tell me that you don't worry now, or you haven't worried in the past.
I have worries, but I'm not worried about it. You know.
No, but in the past,
Oh, of course.
yeah.
Of course I'm
But
worried.
that's like part of like getting over them.
But I'm not worried by them. Yeah, you think about it and like
You have them to get over them. You know.
But it's easier to say that than get over it.
It is. It is way easier to say it.
100%. But it's also easier to get over them the more you practice getting over them, and the more you get over them, like the faster and
You need
like
to figure out
more
what
easily
the
you
root
get
cause
over
of
them.
is the first thing. Don't worry. You need to figure out why you're worrying in the first place before you can actually go and
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I think if you discover that, though, then it becomes even easier to not worry.
it's
usually something external.
just not worry.
You can, though, but you do have to do what you said first. You have to figure out why you even worry in the first
Yeah.
place. If you
That's
figure that
the
out,
step
then
you
I
have
think
to
you would,
go through. It's
stop
just-
doing it because
yeah.
you would realize that it's fucking pointless.
And then that worry is almost like a being that wants to stay alive. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
it
No, it
almost
is. It's not almost. It is. It's a
it's
fucking
only alive
energetic
if you
parasite.
keep feeding it energy. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you find that root, it's not gonna live. So it knows that it's gonna like.
It doesn't want you to find the root.
Yeah.
It'll like make up shit like, oh no, you need to find the
This is
root.
valid.
But like, that's the root, you
It
know?
validates like reasons why to like go around, beat around the bush.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. To continue like in the circle of worry.
Which is like a
Insane.
like a
It's
sprinkler system
literal
of fear.
insanity.
You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, the sprinkler definitely system definitely gets me. You know what I'm saying?
But at times, but like when you're aware, you can just like let that go at any second, dude. And and that's what I was saying. Like the more practice you are at letting it go and getting over it or working through it, and the more you get over your worries, the more you work through your worries, the easier it is to get over them or work through them.
And that doesn't mean like the problem is solved because you still have to work to do to whatever is to either fix a hole in the wall or something, like but at least you realize it there's a hole in the wall.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You
now
need to
we
be
have work
real
to
about
do. Like, yeah.
And what's worrying about
So you
it?
shouldn't work because now you know like what needs to be done.
Action has to be taken,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to worry. But like, if you're worrying, then that means that there's something that needs to be done to alleviate that worry. If you're worrying and you can't get over that worry, then that means
It's greasy, man. It
Yeah.
gives you reasons to like not be worried, but it's like adds extra worry.
right. And if there's nothing that you can do about it, then you have to like figure out how to let go of that worry too, as well.
Yeah.
If there is something you can do about it, then do it, and that gets rid of the worry. If there's nothing you can do about it, then face the fact that there's nothing you can do about it,
And not
and
worry.
realize that it's pointless to worry.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I did have one thing I want to say. So, like, the reason I'm not really even doing podcasts / the podcasts I'm doing in the future are going to be different. And I'm just like, and they're all going to be different because I'm trying to figure out like different ways of trying to do it, like what I feel better with. And so I'm in a like experimental phase right now. You know, nothing I've done has worked, or it's worked only to a degree that it's like I'm not happy with it. You know. So
They want you like the one wet mailman. That's, hey, Stanky Pooty.
What?
He is so funny.
Say, hey, little stanky booty.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man, dude, he's like the most positive, like kind of like I guess Wicker is the best way, you know.
Okay.
A white dude with a bunch of got some soul, you know, it's from like Cleveland, I think, or Cincinnati.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just like so positive about life and stuff, and like talking about his like, oh shit. He has like a winning personality, bro.
Yeah, you do have to. You
And
gotta
everything
be
he
like
says
a
is funny.
character and like entertaining. They don't like people don't want to hear real shit. They don't care about that. Nobody cares about things that can. This is exactly what I want to say. I beat around the bush a lot. Let me say this. My last episode, I put out a bunch of clips. Some real ass shit in there, right? Averaging like 6 to fucking 20 views. One of those clips was my relationship with alcohol and cannabis. 120 some views. People care about gossip, information that they can use to target somebody. Like
They feel better about
like,
you.
oh, let me like this. Oh, his relationship with alcohol and cannabis. This is information we could use to like discredit any of the real shit he said because he's an alcoholic and a fucking
Yeah.
stoner. You know what I'm saying?
Or just
It's just gossip, like information about somebody else. But all the information that can help them in their life, they don't know. I don't want to hear that.
So, dude, maybe like the thumbnails, bro. I heard thumbnails is like a big thing to catch someone's eye.
I don't care
When they're
about
like
that shit.
scrolling. Yeah.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but like,
It's the first image that they could like the chance to draw someone's attention.
I guess.
If it so happens that, you know, the algorithm puts your shit in their review, you know.
but at the same time, like, yes, you're right. But the thumbnail that YouTube picks, you can put a 3-hour shit on there, and like, so the one that they pick is probably like one of the best frames out of all of them. Like the AI is already pretty.
Okay,
good.
so then
like it's kind of a waste of time to try to find a good thumbnail. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
It's already
the
picking
titles
the
then.
one.
Put the most dramatic titles you can think of, but then talk about how something that's not even related. And then once I click on it, they're already there. They might check it out.
I don't like that. There's certain
Just like
thresholds on.
Yeah.
just be like, my car exploded on my family today.
That's not my style.
And then they're like, today.
That's not my style.
Like, yeah, bam, gotcha, you're here anyway.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. That's not me.
I will then. Let me do it.
Get your own channel.
No, but I'm gonna bring it to your channel.
Okay. I mean, fair.
No, I mean, I've been thinking about that. Like, I feel like it could be currency, like how much influence you have. Like followers could be currency or shit. Where to like they only even go as far as people like follow you. You know?
Right. But people just care about the most banal shit. Dude.
Like you seen that Black Mirror where
Gossip and shit.
there's a rating system. You know, and everything you do, 5-star ratings. You know, boom, boom. And so over time, you get your personal ratings because like the barista can do, your friends can rate you. Every interaction can be rated, you know, by the other person or whatever, bystander even. And like, oh, I heard your conversation. I don't like you too. 2 stars, boom.
Yeah. Black Mirror or whatever.
Yeah, and then so eventually like that becomes like a
Social
credit
credit
score. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah, this has been a topic in
that's crazy, right?
the truth community for a while. I think it already
It's
exists.
kind of.
And that's kind of what your credit score is to a degree. It's like that's kind of what they want it to be. You know,
Okay, but so recently there's like forms to where you can pretty much as soon as it goes to the debt collection, that means your debt is paid for. Like the collection agency, they took it at a cost because you know they're trying to do their taxes at the end of the year, so whatever it's been a year. They're trying to cut their losses, and so they'll sell it for a lower rate to a company who buys it, and
that still
takes
affects
on-
your credit score though.
Yeah, but because like without written documentation, they're allowed to like leave it in your like name, but it's not your debt. Like they bought it. This should be in there. You know, you didn't sign a contract with them, so you have there's certain forms that you have to submit. Like, hey, that's not me. Like they bought this, and then like okay, yeah, they're right, and so then it'll reflect in your credit score. It takes a little while, but once it's a simple check. Like they check into the system. Okay, where's the actual debt? And like, okay, actually this company bought it
It's
off.
still showing on your credit
So-
score, but somebody else has purchased the debt, so you can say I dispute
Connect the
that.
dots. Yeah, I don't dispute that. Yeah.
Because these people bought that debt.
They bought that from this company. We pay this company, so I did it to them, but they sold it off. I can't. That's not nothing to do with me, you know. And so like legally, I'm not bound to that really. But
yeah,
the debt collection agency, that their whole job is to do that. So they call you and they have everything on recorded, and then they get you to admit that it is your debt. And then once they do that, they can take you to court. They're not paying. But if you don't admit that it's your debt, then you know it's not yours. Like you don't speak for yourself.
Right.
When they first start calling, you know. I mean, I haven't tried it yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know 100%, but I'll forward to the little link I saw about the little forms and stuff you can get. I mean, what?
Yeah, I think it's smart to just never agree that something's your debt. Make them prove that it's your debt before you agree to it.
If you force me to make I'm just gonna plead no contest.
Right.
Like, okay, no contest. If you really have to need a verdict.
You're right. Yeah. So, what's the conclusion of the weekend, man? Epic?
2 thumbs up.
The quiche was like 20 out of 10.
Weekend of the quiche.
The weekend of the quiche. That shit was fire.
Do you believe in repenting? What if the kingdom of heaven's within you? Do you think you would enter, huh? What do you know, huh? How do you know truth from the pit of your soul, or just cause somebody told you? Do you think about what you think about? Do you see yourself in the people that you hang around? Keep quiet, let me think aloud. Listen up, wanna break it down and question your perceptions. I'ma break it down and question your perceptions. Do you ever question your perceptions? Do you ever question it? Oh yeah. What if your money was worthless? Then would you know what your worth is and reconsider living with a purpose? How would you determine what work is? Are you seeking what's easy to purchase, or is it deeper than what's on the surface? Do you question your perceptions? Ever so is real, huh? It ain't your politicians, nor your status. All of that is fiction, so it's real, huh? It ain't your entertainment, nor the industry. I heard it's filled with fake shit. And I need truth over everything. Yeah. I need truth above all else. Just I need truth over everything. Yeah, give me the truth, give me the truth, give me the truth, yeah.